Stop being dumb. Authenticity is literally everything. If you are not authentic, then your life is like a scam, a sham, a fraud. Like, you are a fraud. You're just living a fake, made up life that's not yours. You're just wasting your days. Genuinely, like, doing a disservice to yourself. Authenticity is more than just wearing what you want to wear and listening to the music you want to listen to. Authenticity goes a lot deeper. Authenticity means that you take the actions that you deep down actually want to take, not socially acceptable actions. And before we get started, I am Karina. If you haven't seen my videos before, I am a health coach, and I love making videos on lifestyle, health, and just nutrition or motivation, leveling up, stuff like that. So if you guys like those type of content, then you can give it a subscribe and keep watching. I genuinely think people are missing the mark when it comes to authenticity. People are taking it as like, okay, wear what you want to wear. Listen to the music you want to listen to. Post what you want to post. But it's so much more than just those small surface level things. Sometimes you need to question the daily tasks that you do and think, is this actually authentic? Or is this like I'm only doing this because I saw this from someone else and I just want to copy them, or if I don't really feel like super happy doing this. Take the time and just question things. Like, question things that you do in your daily life and think like, is this actually what I want to be doing? It could literally start with your career path or the daily habits that you're doing. Like, let's say you saw a bunch of TikToks on like being super consistent and being disciplined and having a routine, and you're doing that routine, and sometimes it literally just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel authentic to you. You're doing it and you're like, okay, I'm doing it. Like, you have this false sense of happiness because you're completing what is like socially acceptable or what you saw another person doing and what you think that you want to be doing. But if it's not authentic to you, then why are you following it? Just because I live my life in a certain way and I talk about it on here doesn't mean you have to follow it. Especially if you're like subscribed to me and you like watching my videos. I don't need you to follow everything I talk about, and you don't need to agree with everything I say. That's the whole point of authenticity and being yourself, and what makes us all diverse is our differences in opinions and different like frequencies and things that just like resonate differently with different people. We can all read the same book, and then what I got from the book is completely different from what you got from the book. So when I say stop being dumb, it means stop falling for other people's decisions and lifestyles and making that your default that you need to be at. That's not what this is, right? Just because 1,000 people think this way in your city, there is life outside your city. There is life outside your country. It's so hard to digest, and it honestly takes years and years. Like, I've always resonated with this concept of authenticity. Be authentic. Be authentic. And then it takes so long to really register and for you to actually like fully delve into it. And there's like stages of authenticity. People find their authenticity in so many different ways. Some people, they think of it as like, okay, things that they buy, the way they express themselves, their makeup, hair, outfits, that's them being authentic. And then some people take it on a deeper level and they branch out into different streams of ideologies and stuff like that, and that's authentic to them. Some people like abandon their life, their lifestyle, and they go and like live in solitude or in a whole different like continent, like, you know what I mean? And that's their version of being authentic. And authenticity looks so different for us and others, as well as us in our own lives, like at different stages of our lives. So meaning authenticity looks different for me than it does for you, and then authenticity looks different for me 2 years ago versus how it looks now. What felt authentic to me a couple years ago was a certain like lifestyle. Okay, now a certain lifestyle for me now feels authentic. So it's always changing. But you know what we want to stay consistent is our inner love and peace. That is what we want to stay consistent. Because if we're not having inner love, like, we don't have to be like super happy and have no suffering. Okay? But to go through suffering and to be still at peace and still be in a state of love, that is what we want. That is what's being authentic, is not having a cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is a whole nother topic, and we can definitely dive into that. Cognitive dissonance is when you're doing something that doesn't match with your actions or what you're preaching. So a cognitive dissonance is if I was preaching on here, eat healthy, okay? It's all about eating healthy. Don't ever have a cheat meal, and then I'm like having a bunch of cheat meals and I'm like eating unhealthy and I'm like binging and stuff like that. And then I feel a cognitive dissonance because what I'm preaching and what I believe in and what I portray myself as is different from what I'm actually doing. So it doesn't feel right within me. And then cognitive dissonance is kind of like leads into guilt, and then guilt turns into shame, and then you're just on a low vibration and low frequency, which is causing a lot of problems down the road. So this is where authenticity really comes in. And you know what I have to say is like literally stop falling for celebrity culture. Stop falling for negative media. I feel so many people are being brainwashed, and they're like literally sitting through so many movies and TV shows that are so negative and draining. And it really takes like a second for you to just step back and be like, what am I watching? Like, this is genuinely putting so much programming into me that is just bringing me down. It may be like, oh my gosh, this show is so good. Everyone loves this show. Everyone loves this movie. But if you go to the theaters and you watch it, or if you're sitting at home and you're watching, especially a show, because you are continuously watching it. And I find for me, like, if I'm watching a show that's super negative, and then while I'm eating or while I'm like already having like a kind of a stressful day or something, then it's just not adding any value. It's honestly taking away from your day, and you're doing it to yourself. Like, you are deciding to click play on something that is bringing you lower. It literally doesn't make sense. And I want you guys to have a realization of, does this feel good to me? Like, does this genuinely feel good to me? And again, with the stop being dumb, is stop like genuinely being blind to what is happening. Like, the celebrity culture is out of control. I saw a TikTok where it's literally just saying like, I can't afford a house. Why would I care who's at the Met Gala? And it's genuinely true that like celebrity culture is coming to like a halt, where it's not as big of a deal as it was back in the day, and people are realizing that like, why should I care so much about this? And they're genuinely asking themselves like these insightful questions that are just making them think like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be like putting all my attention into this and like actually consuming so much content on this. It's just a waste of your attention span, and there's so many other things you can do. You can just put that attention and focus on bettering yourself and bettering others around you, right? The more you help yourself and the more you level up and transform, is the more it impacts and spreads to others. The only way you can really help others is by helping yourself. That's the honest truth. And I know a lot of you are going to be like, but I want to help, but no. The only way you can really help others is by helping yourself. Because it's your transformation and it's your vibration and your frequency and the things that you're doing in your day that's going to help your family or your friends. Because they see what you're doing. It's one thing to read about it online or to watch a YouTube video, but if they're seeing it in their house or when they're hanging out with you and they're seeing like, wow, like this is actually like making a change on her, or this is actually like leveling him up. Like, what is he doing? What is she doing? Like, this is what causes like the questions, and then they get curious, and then they have a burning desire and motivation to want to get better themselves. Another big topic is stop falling for overconsumption. We live in such like a consumerist society, and it's getting like out of hand. It's like genuinely getting out of hand. People are buying like every single like tool and gadget and technology, and like it used to be before that we just had a phone and a laptop, and now it's like people are having a million devices, a million little gadgets, a million different like beauty stuff, like a million skincares, a million pieces of makeup, hair tools. Like, there's just like so much overconsumption, and it's like actually getting out of hand. But I do see a shift into underconsumption, and to people actually posting like their small, more like realistic collection sizes and stuff like that, and people are posting on social media like, oh, my simplistic makeup routine, and it's like 5 or 6 products. And honestly, like, if that doesn't feel authentic to you, like I said, do what you want to do, but don't fall for this consumerism. Like, I want you to stop in your tracks and realize, like, this is genuinely like pouring on my insecurities. Because sometimes we can watch like an influencer and it's so easy to be like, oh my gosh, like this product that they just showed, this must be the reason why her hair looks so good. This must be the reason why her skin looks so good. This is us falling for consumerism. And I'm so guilty of it. Like, sometimes you have to realize, like, the skincare industry is not for acne and for skin conditions. If you have a skin condition, it is a gut condition. Like, plain and simple. So if you're falling for makeup products, skincare products, like skincare products especially, because you think it's going to help your acne, or if you think it's going to help your skin condition, it will not help. Like, that just doesn't make sense, right? Like, you can't apply something topically for an issue going on internally. Same thing with eczema, guys. If you have eczema, it is a gut condition. If you have any type of skin condition, it is a gut condition. Help your gut health first, then you're going to see the effects. So things are so much simpler than they really are. And this is where you break this consumerism. Not just consumerism, but over-consumerism. Like, the saturated market of, like, consume everything. Like, buy all this stuff. Like, it's so saturated because of all this, like, influx of influencers and things like that. People are so much, like, promoting products, promoting this, promoting that. And I would never promote a product that I don't believe in, like, that I don't think is actually beneficial. If I think it has no benefit, I would tell you guys, right? And the blame shouldn't be on the influencers or the people that are promoting these products, because, like, they're just doing their job. This is, like, how they're getting paid. They don't want to work the 9 to 5. They want to be a influencer, making videos, which is, like, fun, working on your own schedule. They just want to post this stuff. So it's not on them at all. It's just on you to have your own discernment and discretion as what to believe and what to take seriously and actually consume. Like, if someone says this is the reason why their makeup is so good and you try it and you're like, okay, well, I tried, this is like the 7th product I've tried and, like, hasn't been helping. Like, there's definitely some things that you're gonna find on social media that definitely help you, like, for sure. Everyone improves their life with watching these videos because we're all learning from each other, right? One thing about me and my TikTok feed is I genuinely feel better after I leave TikTok. Like, if I'm scrolling or if I'm having a bad day and I just scroll on TikTok, I don't feel worse. Like, I don't feel worse. I feel better afterwards because it's so, like, motivating and refreshing. It's kind of like your brain is being washed. But if you don't feel that way about your For You pages and your things that you're consuming, then you need to kind of clean that up a little bit. Like, you should be feeling a little bit better. You should feel more motivated, more at peace. You should feel just overall happier, better. That's just how you should feel after going on social media. Because if you're not, then you shouldn't have it. It's literally harming you. That's just, like, a nice news flash, guys. Like, if it's not helping you, it's harming you. And if it's harming you, then just, that's more time, like, more power to you. Like, you get to spend more time alone, more time with your family, more time with your friends, more time on your business or your career aspirations. Just in general, taking care of yourself. Let me know if you guys feel the same way about, like, your For You pages and TikTok and stuff like that. And you guys have heard me mention it before. Have a saved or a folder of archived or saved posts that motivate you or make you feel happier, like quotes or videos or just, like, speakers that you like to watch, and have that saved so that if you feel down and you want to scroll, because sometimes you just want to sit there and scroll, like, you just want to, like, shut off the world and just be in your own little bubble, and that's completely okay. Have that little folder so that when you are scrolling, at least it's productive. You can re-scroll in that feel-good posts, and those can be, like, funny posts. They could be anything. It doesn't have to just be, like, motivational quotes. It could just be, like, those collage posts, you know, those, like, collage posts with those pictures, and it's just, like, things that you want, like vision board posts and stuff like that. Just any pictures that bring you a sense of good emotion. So anything that sparks or invokes positive emotions within yourself, keep those there, and then you have that archived. But don't rely on social media. This is where we become too much of consumers. We just sit there and we just consume all this content, and we don't actually do our own creating. You don't have to go online and create videos. You don't have to create YouTube videos, TikTok videos, nothing like that. You can just be creative in your own space. You can do some painting, you can do drawing, you can create in any other way, like cooking, writing, like something creative, designing your space, like reorganizing your space, cleaning your space. These are all things that are genuinely like being creative. There's a million ideas on how to be creative and do something. This is because you're putting your energy into something. Instead of just consuming energy, you're putting it out there. There's just creating and there's consuming. We want to just have a balance. We don't want to overconsume. This is where that overconsumption comes, and then you have an imbalance that makes you feel uneasy. It's a constant race and a constant cycle of trying to achieve balance. Balance is never perfectly there. It's never gonna be ideal, okay? Like, you may be super healthy this week and you neglected your friends. You may be just all with your friends next week and then you neglected your health. You may be all into work and then you neglected your spouse. You may be all by your spouse and then you neglect to work. Like, there's never going to be like a perfect balance. You're always trying to achieve balance, and that is where the balance comes. Sometimes you're just working so much and then you finally get sick, and then you realize that's what it takes for you to actually slow down and to take care of yourself and to not be so burnt out, to live a slower life. That is what I want you guys to see in my own mistakes. Like, I'm always living such a fast-paced thing where I always want to get so much done, do so much stuff. It takes me getting period cramps and to get a full-on flu for me to stop. That's where I'll feel sick, and then I'll feel like, okay, well, this is actually a blessing because I actually got the time to slow down and not be so drained. This brings me back to choose your happiness. Choose your happiness over everything. If you are not happy and if you are not good, then no one else is going to be happy around you. No one. It's going to be so much harder for people to hang out with you because they're like, oh my gosh, this negative energy. She's just going to keep talking about her problems. Like, you have friends that are going to do it. You have so many friends that are going to be around your corner and they're going to be with you and they're going to hear you out. But then it's just like, at what cost? Even if they are a real one and they want to hear all your problems, do you want to constantly put that on them? Do you want to constantly be that like person that's never good, that always needs help? After a while, it gets exhausting, and the only way to help others and be there for others is you can finally help yourself. Choose your happiness. Like, genuinely, like, you can make a decision and then feel so guilty about it, but if it was for your benefit and you wouldn't go back on your decision, then you made the right choice. And the guilt that you're feeling, although it's like a human emotion, because we feel bad, we did something that maybe hurt somebody else, but we chose our happiness, then you should be more comfortable in that decision because you know that you chose your happiness. So like, I want you to feel like a sense of relief of the guilt or the shame that you feel. Choosing your own happiness definitely comes with guilt. I'm not going to sit here and say like, relieve yourself of all the guilt and shame. It's not that easy. We are human. But you can definitely put some effort into that. Definitely change the story you're telling yourself. If you're telling yourself, oh my gosh, I'm such a bad person, I hurt this person because I chose my own happiness, like, you gotta change that story because it's not serving you and it's not serving the other person, right? The other person or persons involved, like, you gotta choose yourself because genuinely there's no one else that's gonna choose yourself. You have to do that. So shift that mindset. Like, is this something you really want to keep going with, right? There's only one thing worse than like 1,000 days on the wrong train is 1,001 days on the wrong train. So the longer you just keep waiting, the longer you stay in this thing that you don't want to do. Have a plan in mind and choose yourself. Genuinely, God does not want meaningless suffering. Something a friend told me recently was, God does not want you to have meaningless suffering. If you're putting yourself through meaningless suffering, just stop. It's not what you want to do. I promise you that. It's not what you want to do. So choose your happiness over everything. Like, choose your happiness. Trust me, people will respect you more if you choose your own happiness over making other people more comfortable, but sacrificing your happiness. My next video is going to be a Q&A, guys, so drop your questions in the comments and I will answer them in the Q&A video, one of these coming up videos. I'm also doing health coaching one-on-one, so if you guys want to do sessions with me, transformational health coaching, then just go to my link in the description and you can book through there. Okay, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching.